Well, welcome to a very empty house. Panic has hit the house of. Well, we don't have a house name, but panic has hit the house nonetheless because there is supposedly a gas leak. So everyone has left the house and retired to the garage, which is behind me. I can't smell any gas, and I'm committed to doing this journal. So, gas leak or no gas leak, I am staying right here, and I'm going to struggle on and finish this recording. Anyway, if I doze off or if I suddenly talk about mad things, that actually probably was normal, but it might be effects of the gas as well. Oh dear, what a lovely last couple of weeks I've had. What is there to tell, really? Hair still isn't grey. It's just an effort. I almost asked Bill Johnston a question last time. How do you do it? You know? But I thought that it might not be as honouring, as useful. You know, like I don't think you can give him much advice. But yeah, so I'll tell you what I have been doing. I have been enjoying some more good books. I find that actually I read books in because obviously we've got curriculum books, which we're reading Victorious Eschatology right now, kind of going on the lines of, you know, the world's getting better and better, and that most of Revelation, the judgment in Revelation, has already happened, which is a very interesting argument and a very new way of looking at it. It kind of left behind, if you know what I mean. Definitely not along those routes of the church. It's going to cling on to the very end, and then suddenly Jesus is going to zap us back up to heaven. So I'm currently reading that. I'm also reading another book called it's that good. What is it? Yes, Jerusalem, which is a book by James Goll, pretty much of the opposite way round, which is very much Judgment Days, you know, Israel, looking at you know, kind of end times and you know, the fact that Israel is going to be the country that we're all going to flee to, and Jerusalem is going to be, you know, rebuilt completely, that kind of thing, which is out there as well, a little bit more scary. He does attribute earthquakes to the wrath of God. It's not really me. It's not really. So that's nice. It's just going along again those lines of, you know, tension between the two, and just kind of understanding both points of view. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and I find that, you know, those two books are kind of just working together. I'm also learning Arabic as well. Assalamu alaikum, which means welcome in Arabic. Useful phrase when you are speaking to an Arab, effectively. I've learnt it from my mission trip to Israel, because there are a significant amount of Muslims in Israel. Don't know what would happen if I said that to a Jew, just like I don't know what would happen if I said shalom, which is the Hebrew for welcome, to an Arab. That's going to be a fun little exercise to remember in my head when I'm over there. Yeah, so I'm learning that. That was a really cool story, actually, how that came about. I was in the prayer house, soaking in the Lord, and I came across... and I suddenly felt God say, you're going to learn Arabic next week. I'm like, oh, cool. You know, it's not the usual thing that God says, you know, like, I love you, or you're amazing, or like, you know, kind of, you're my son. You know, those are the usual. And then it was like, you're going to learn Arabic. And I was, okay, great. Anyway, the next couple of days, I suddenly discovered that the Arabic classes were being opened, and I was like, well, I guess I should sign up for that. Fairly obvious, one of those moments when it's fairly obvious what God's plan is. Also did preaching this week as well. Yeah, each one of us preached for a little bit. I was given 10 minutes which for most people was, quite daunting. For me, it was daunting, but mainly because I only had 10 minutes. I could have happily stood up there for a good hour. And I preached on the fear of man and undignified, looking at David's worship in front of the Ark of the Lord as it entered Jerusalem. Which was good. I will put that on my blog soon, so you can download that if you wanted to, and probably find a whole lot of faults and email me. So anyway, that's that. I hopefully will do a journal again soon. Possibly from a decontaminated hospital. No, not from hospital. But that's not a gas leak. It's not a gas leak. I mean, our pet budgie has died, but it's not a gas leak. Anyway, that's all from me. Have a good week.